What's up everyone, I am Xde Rex, and today I want to talk about the mediocrity that is Uncharted 4's multiplayer. And yes, I said mediocrity, but hold on just a second, give me a chance to explain myself. In a video I made back in May of 2016, I talked a little bit about Uncharted 4's multiplayer after playing it for about a week. Back then I was entertained with it, but it felt like it wasn't on par with what Naughty Dog could do, or maybe I was expecting too much from them. Essentially, we talked about the lack of game modes, the lack of a level system, and how you don't directly influence your own level or rank while playing Ranked Team Deathmatch. Now, I wish I could say in this video that they fixed all that, but sadly this isn't the case. In my opinion, despite the free maps and the new survival mode, Naughty Dog failed to improve their multiplayer to an acceptable degree. You can offer me all the free content you want, but it doesn't do any good if the game still isn't fun enough to sink time into. One of my biggest problems with the multiplayer is that it felt too much like a recycled version of Factions. If Naughty Dog was going to base the multiplayer off of a previous game, it should have been Uncharted 3. Even if all the game modes wouldn't have been there at launch, which is understandable, the boosters and metal kickbacks feel so much more rewarding than the option of the in-game store. The in-game store worked for Factions because it encouraged the idea of getting somewhere safe and using it and getting in and out quickly before you were snuck up on, or before the other team outthinks you and flanks you. It felt like it belonged more because it was very similar to the crafting mechanic as well. The way it was implemented in Factions made you feel more anxious to use it, almost like, I gotta hide and get my assault rifle, I gotta hurry before the other team finds me. The way it was implemented in Uncharted 4, I don't know. It just felt like it existed. Like it was there for you to use when you got enough money, which is pretty easy to do. Not to mention, if you were doing well, you would have more stuff from the in-game store than you would know what to do with. You could easily stiff-arm the opposing team without having to worry about a comeback, which brings up another point of lack of competition. In Uncharted 3, when a team was leading by a decent amount, it would trigger what's called a power play for the losing team, which means it would give the losing team an advantage for a short time. An advantage as in, heroes and villains are shown on the map, or heroes and villains do double damage, or my personal favorite, Marked Man. There is nothing even remotely close to giving you that oh shit feeling in Uncharted 4. The matches are either completely one-sided, or they are neck and neck, within 1 point of each other. And even that's not fun because it usually just means the other team is waiting for you to make a move, or vice versa. It really just makes playing competitively a chore more than fun, and that's even if you can find a match now. The next thing I want to bring up is the lack of a level system, and yes, I said lack of. Since the game launched, people have been asking about a level up system and rewards for multiplayer. I don't remember the words verbatim, but I believe the Naughty Dog multiplayer team said that they want to do away with the traditional ideas of multiplayer games like level up systems.
I'm going to ask this once.
Big one. So, internally, us as a multiplayer team grew a little tired of the conventional leveling up system that you see in a lot of games, right? Mm-hmm. Generally, you'll be ranking up and unlocking new things. And obviously, a lot of people consider that to be a standard thing, but we grew a little tired of it. So we want to try out some new stuff. We tried out a lot of different ideas. A lot of them failed. And at the end of the day, we shipped with the system that you're now playing with today, obviously.
Some people will commend them for that and see that as an innovation. I am not one of those people. I believe the developers should be willing to experiment and try out new things, and we as the consumers should be open-minded to them, yes. But I also believe that if something isn't broke, there's no need to fix it. There was no need for that kind of innovation in Uncharted 4. When you try to change something too much and you fail to listen to what your consumers would like, you know what you get? Infinite warfare, that's what you get. Now, since day one, I was one of the people who really didn't care if the game got a level up system, but I understood where the need came from. The way Naughty Dog implemented it, it still feels like there's no level up system at all. You can't see other players' levels or ranks unless you're in a party with them, which defeats the purpose of having a level up system entirely. There's no reason you shouldn't be able to see those, because I could see who's beaten hardcore survival, who's beaten crushing survival and gotten 3 stars. I can see all that. Personally, I'm not going to take the time to party up with a random to see what their level and rank are. And, by the way, parties is something else I want to talk about. Uncharted 4's ranked team deathmatch is not solo friendly, even when you can find a match. By that, I mean it encourages people to team up in parties, which is cool. However, not all my friends play Uncharted, and I'm not one of those players that likes adding random people to play with. I just don't like adding people I don't know.
Oh, well, what makes you special, Rex? Why should Naughty Dog have to accommodate to your playstyle, you selfish fucking twat?
Accommodating players like me is not something new. They've done it before, it was just absent in Uncharted 4. Or they didn't bother to put it in, which baffles me to no fucking means. Alright, well I feel like that's a good place to end this video. I was going to talk about microtransactions, but you know, there's nothing really out there. There's nothing I can say that hasn't already been said by the likes of other YouTubers, so... The game, the multiplayer, isn't terrible with Uncharted 4, you know? I still really enjoy playing Classic, even though it's just in beta, and Naughty Dog is asking if Mythicals, whatever they're called, and Sidekick should be in there, which I really hope doesn't fucking happen. And survival is still fun if my fucking pals wouldn't rage quit. Uncharted 4's multiplayer definitely isn't where it could have been. But I feel like if Naughty Dog can learn from that and make the multiplayer in The Last of Us Part 2 as great as the original, there may be some room for forgiveness. But I swear to fuck, Naughty Dog, if you don't have co-op survival in The Last of Us Part 2 against Infected, I'm gonna fuck it!